wanted to say that when you have the qualities of Eishes Chayil, so Eishes Chayil, is it all the qualities that make the Eishes Chayil? Or any one of them makes the Eishes Chayil, provided that you have Yud Shemayim. So I'd rather say any one, provided it's done the proper way. Is enough. Is the minimum and maximum. In other words, the better one has the maximum all, and the minimum, at least one of the minimum requirements. But before we get to the Eishes Chayil, there's a prelude to the Eishes Chayil. I want to talk about the prelude. Most people forget about the prelude. Prelude is the story before. How did Shlomo HaMelech, who wrote Mishlei, get involved to write Eishes Chayil, especially at the end? After he has all these mishalim, all these things, how to get smart and understanding the secrets of the world through an analogy and a different type of things. How come the ending of Mishlei is an Eishes Chayil? And how does he come to pray? And so if we didn't start Eishes Chayil at the beginning of the paragraph, it's very good. The chapter is very good. But it's Pasuk 10. What happened before? Okay. And then, so we're going to open up now, Lamed Aleph. We'll start with
Can I give the wind?
left. I don't have too many left.
There's another 6.
Whatever we have here, we're going to start with Lamed Aleph. You can take that. Lamed Aleph. The early birds catch the worms. So I want to start off with Mishlei of the Malbim. No. Let's get the Mishlei of. It's more important to me. The Mishlei of the Vilna Gaon, page 328. We'll start Mishlei of Vilna Gaon. Then we'll go to the Malbim, and then we'll go to the Yalkut Shimoni, and we'll explain a little bit more. Divrei Lemuel Melech Maso Asher Yisratu Imo. Now, who's that Divrei Lemuel Melech? HaMelech Shlomo Nikro Lemuel. Okay, his name was Moel. The Medrash, we'll see, those that want to check out the Medrash, Yalkut Shimoni, tells you that he said, Loma Kel, why is there a God? Lemuel really means, in other words, when a person has certain, well, how do you call a person by a name? By his actions. So, one of the actions that Shlomo did was, Loma Kel, why God? We're going to discuss how he got to that stage. He was in that position, that ego state of being, where he had Loma Kel, that's his name, Lemu Kel, okay? Maso Asher Yisrini Imo, that his mother had to give him rebuke. His mother had to give him rebuke. In other words, this is he starts off that his mother gave him rebuke. So if we get the story a little straight, Pasuk Aleph is how his mother gives his son rebuke, and then Shlomo HaMelech, after his mother gives him rebuke, what does he do? He praises his mother. That's a very important thought. You think by being strict and working hard and educating your children that what will happen? You'll think, oh, darn it, they'll hate me for what I'm doing. And it's true, maybe while you're doing it, they hate you. Like a person prays that the doctor is sick in the hospital, prays the doctor will die, will never come, and the medicine will break, and never goes, he needs the operation, he needs the doctor, he needs... So on the moment, the particular thing, the momentarily thing, you don't want it, but it's to your benefit. So therefore, we find the situation where Shlomo Melech's mother had to get the courage and the nerve, we'll see right away, and she has to tell her son, when he's already a king, already has position, she has to rebuke his son. And after he rebukes the son, maybe only Shlomo Melech appreciates knowledge, as we'll see a little later, can then sing Eishes Chayil to his mother. But maybe other children, if you know about the histories of social history, a lot of people, when the parents rebuke the son or daughter, it takes many moons and years, and sometimes the wounds never get done, and parents lost their children.
But did they do it the same Shemayim?
Oh, okay. I can answer that also. I mean, my history with a lot of children, a lot of students, is that they come out with criticism. We can't say justified or not justified. Nobody knows the story, but definitely the mother, as mothers, there's a job to educate and train your children. We'll see right away. And when you educate and train them, only later on they'll appreciate their mothers. Only later on, if you shut your eyes and think a minute and say, Mama told me or Daddy told me this years ago. And you have moments back in your life or these flashbacks that you say, wow, yeah, that's right. Then when you think of your parents, you think of the goodness and the education and the training that they gave you or the advice that they gave you. So talking about the background of Eishes Chal just doesn't happen. You will see right away. You won't see maybe a certain type of person, we'll see right away. A certain ego state again of Shlomo HaMelech to be able to understand, because he's wise, rather than be rebellious and negative and anti because the parent doesn't let the child do what he wants or how he wants. But in truth, at the end, usually the goodness comes out and the appreciation is there.
Now,
Okay.
now in all the newspapers now they write that all these girls that leave Beis Yaakov, it comes because the parents are too strict on them. That's what they write.
See, I wouldn't answer that. You see, why did they say differently? The parents are strict, they have to be strict. Why? The proof of the pudding is, you see these kids, you wouldn't be strict, they'd be 10 times worse. They say, why is a person crippled? It is because they have their feet, they do so many sicknesses and diseases and so many bad things. So therefore, on that basis, who knows why Hashem does it? Maybe we don't know how to judge anybody. But rather say either two things. That if they say if the grandfather stole Torah and the father stole, or the grandfather stole covenant law, stole Torah, and then the father stole things, the kid turns out to be a gadol. It comes from the home. But not because they want to say, be easy on the kids. Don't be strict. Don't follow rules. Religion is hard and bad. No, that's not true. Don't believe that garbage. No. People want scarring. People want to be, and children want to be trained. Children want discipline. Children want structure. Everybody wants structure. Why do you get married? You want a house, you want a husband, you want children. You want structure. You want to have a form. You want to have a daily routine. People need it. There's nothing. What's missing is maybe the parent either could have given more love. And even if it given all the love, the parent, seeing this happening, don't forget we had good families like Avraham Avinu had Yishmael, and Yitzchak had Esav. You know what I mean? So you can't say, oh, it's always my fault, the mother's fault, the father's fault. We don't know what fault it is. You always have to say, it's from God. Okay, B is I accept God's will. Maybe it's something I can do about it. Pray, stuff, take care. Maybe I had to give more love or educate differently or take an advice from somebody. Or maybe I was not, as we'll see, I was not careful about my own actions and they picked up the wrong message. Mm-hmm. Now, why say strict? No. They're pushing it.
Now they're putting it all over.
They're pushing it that the home should be liberal and open. What do we have about the homes liberal open? That's people who have psychiatrists, they have their children down in the basement, and the boys are with the girls and girls with the boys, and there are all kinds of problems. A little girl gets 13, they go to the doctors and they learn what they know. What?
We have the answer to free love. It's AIDS. So
that's right.
It's more.
It's a little stronger.
Yeah,
but they don't care a little bit. But they don't care. A lot of them don't care. A lot of them don't care. They have a death wish and they don't care.
No, but I mean, we need the Torah, we need the law, but I think we have to give it to them before so they understand it. So when they come up with something, they know how to deal with it.
Yeah. But maybe it wasn't strict, it was hitting without communication and explanation.
But also sometimes these kids feel like the parents care more what the neighbors think and how it looks from the outside than really Torah is home.
And they're right. The parents care more about the neighbors than their kids. And that may be true too, but it's not strict. It's not strict.
It has to be sincere.
Well, there's all kinds of situations. We're talking about X, Y, and Z with a lot of people. We don't know why a lot of people. We're not talking about. We got to do the right thing. But here we have the situation where. Yes.
Is it like natural for children to, like adolescents, to be rebellious?
Of course. But now, that's definitely. Or, let's put it another way. How do you get your child to be able to be himself and develop and grow and take on your values rather than rebelling and get the street values of the friends or rejecting the truth? That's the problem. The problem is the educational aspect of conceptually what is there. There's a lot of things happening, a lot of reasons. But also, if you see parents, the kids come out good, what does it mean? It means afalpi, even though the parents were who knows what. It's wrong. They had schosavos, a certain schos of mitzvahs, protected their kids. The kids got straight. That doesn't mean, who knows? There's so many factors. The only thing is, you have to try on your way, with your seichel, with your bini yisera, to do the best you can. Okay, let's talk now a little further. Let's get a little further here. Okay? Now we open the topic. Okay? So, Shlomo Melech really looks at himself in his ego state, and he sees he's Lamoel. Really, he wasn't the nicest person, and his mother corrected him. What did his mother do? This you have to remember. Mar bariyu, mar bar bitniyu, ume bar nudorai. She came to see Shlomo Melech. You have the story here in the Yalkut Shmoni. Well, we'll have a lot of words here, but let's look at the last page over here. Really, it's in the first page here. Lamed Aleph. Divrei Lamoel Melech Matzah Asher Yisir Tokimo. You have it?
Yeah.
Omar Rabbi Yochanan, Bishum Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, Melame Shekoftu Ima Al HaOmut. She tied him up. She tied her son up. It's been a while, and imagine tying a son up. That's why. How do you do that? They don't tell you how to do it.
That's what easy.
You know, they tell the story of the mice and the cats, and then the mice get together and they say, "What are we going to do with this cat? It's terrible, it's eating us all up." So very simple. We'll put a bell around the cat, and when the cat will come, we'll hear the bell and we all run away. It's wonderful, ain't it? Tremendous. I had this big meeting of all the rats and the other. Then the question, who's going to put the bell on the cat? That was the end of the story. Okay, how do you tie the kid up? Okay, that's a hard problem. Nobody's going to tell you how that is. Maybe metaphorically we'll say. Omrole, Marbari, Marbar Bitni, Marbar Nadori. Marbari, she said to him, she took turkey to him. She sat him down, he's the king, and she, now we gotta know when this was said, we'll see right away. When was it said?
What does this mean, Marbari?
We'll see right away. Okay, we'll see right away. We have here, we have the Malbim, we have the Goyin, but just keep the words as it is. Marbari, what is my son? It's me, the one that was in my stomach, the one
The promise.
I was promised, I gave promises. Marbari, Hakol Yodim Shavicha Yerei Shamayim. Everybody knows your father, David HaMelech, is a God-fearing man. Now, if you go bad, what are they going to say? Achshav Yomru Imal Garmala. Who's the cause? The mother. The father's really nice man. Who's going to be blamed? The mother. Now, the mother is now appealing to the son. Do you really, Shalom? Do you really, maybe get a receipt, do you really want to hurt, do you love your mother? Really, it comes out, do you love your mother? Yeah, I love my mother. You want to hurt me? I don't want to hurt you. So now you're hurting me, because people talk bad about me, for my honor, not for your honor, for me. The mother's pleading with the son, for me, for my sake. If you love me, you want me to get a bad name, pleading for me. Marbari. You want me to be hurt? Asher Saiga, Mar Bar Bidni, Kol Noshim Shal Beis Avir Kivin Shem Misarbo Shuv Einam Rois Ve'amela, Vani Dochafti V'chasti Kadeshi Eli Ben Zoriz Kumamula B'Torah V'Hogel and Vua. Now this is a very important concept. When the mother was pregnant, when Bathsheba was pregnant with Shlomo in the stomach, what was her thoughts?
A good son.
Everybody was thinking, I want my son to be a rabbi, a Talmud Chacham, a Rosh Yeshiva, a doctor, a lawyer, the president of our country, the prime minister. Everybody wants, they're a little late now. Everybody wants, she'll look through the woman next to me. Everybody wants that their son to be. What do you want to be? Be. What did she want her son to do? Nah, he wants her to be Zorah. Zorah is quick to do, not lazy, active. Mamula b'Torah, v'hogan l'neviyas. What does men hogan l'neviyas? Didn't say tzaddik. Hogan means be proper for prophecy. Why? Because everybody knows in Mesilas Yesharim, what's the end of Mesilas Yesharim? The guide to the, you have steps, Zrizas, and then Nevuah, Para, Kedusha, and you have Nevuah. Nevuah is something that if you're pure and work on, anybody can get Nevuah. A lot of people have this special sensory perception, and they're up in the end, but that's not Nevuah. That's a common trait of anybody can get that. Either you're born with it or you can develop it. Those people who have it, they can train you to get it. No question about it. But Nevuah is only a high state of connecting to God and a certain relationship. So you want the child to be a Navi. What does a Navi do? He helps Klal Yisrael, not himself. I don't want my son to be a big shot, a Chacham, a Talmud Chacham, a Yeshiva. He'll have position and state and power. No. He wants me to bring out God's ideas into the world. A Talmud Chacham for what? Big shot, Gaiva, Taiva, money, covet. Want to do that the will of God, you should spread the will of God. What does God want at the moment? Is in the Nevuah. So what did she do? She tried very hard that she tried to make sure that she took care of her body. She took vitamins and minerals, and who knows what she did when she was pregnant in order. And she went to see her husband a little more times to make sure that his mezuzah is maluban, etc., etc. And then Mar bar nidorai, kol noshim. All the women shall base avicho, you know those women as Yeli ben Hoglan. I think I skipped the line.
No.
Bar, yeah. Shall base avicho, you know the women Yeli ben Hoglan. I want a son that I married the king. What I married the king for? Yeah, what I marry a rich guy for? I want him to have pleasure and have power and be able to have the things that I missed out in life. I want my son to have, my daughter to have. Again. So therefore her original goal was what? The original goal was she says she's pleading with her son. All that I worked for, my whole being, my whole essence was just for you, my son. Not just for you. You want to kill me? You want to destroy me? Do you love me? For my sake. Why does he have to plead with her so much? Him so much? Every son wants to do what the father's saying, what the mother says. You got to get the story. You got to read the story.
Why is she telling him to do it for him, not for himself?
As I'll tell you why. You got to know the story here.
She could be praised at the gate, don't they?
What?
So she could be praised at the gate.
No.
It's not for her.
There's a hard story here. Shlomo HaMelech. I'm just going to show you to find it where it is in the Alpha Shmoni, and it's brought down before. Shlomo HaMelech. Let me read you what it says. I didn't give you that text. There's a different text in Alpha Shmoni. 7 years, Shlomo HaMelech, building the Beis HaMikdash, he didn't drink any wine. When he already had success and he built the Beis HaMikdash, and he wanted to cash in success, he worked very hard politically to be the president of the United States, president of Israel. He's working hard politically, so now he worked hard to graduate college, or graduate to be the big time. He's now getting his degree. When he got his reward already, so he reached the heights that he wanted, the goal, he worked hard to get whatever he wanted, a car, a toy, whatever he wanted. So already, Nosa, immediately what did he do? He married Bas Paro. He married the daughter of Paro. Became a little loose. Oisa Laila Shosa Yayin. That night, what did he do? He drank wine. Oisa Sham Shesi Bilmois Achas Meichel Lebinyan Beis Hamikdash Achas Simcha Lebas Paro. That their happiness was even greater than the Beis HaMikdash. He made it. It says right away here, Omer Avuna Shmonim Mine Rikudim Rokdod Bas Paro. She danced 80 types of dances for him. And she made, on the top, she made all kinds of stars and things that he would want to get up to go and get the key and open the Beis HaMikdash to bring the sacrifices. And what did he do? He got all this money to build the Beis HaMikdash, Mashiach, all the Beis HaMikdash to come. When the Beis HaMikdash is coming, what happens? What is Shlomo doing? Dancing with his wife. I don't know, this Bas Paro woman. And she put on the top all these stars that he thought it's still night and not day. And meanwhile, everybody's waiting to bring in the Korban HaTomid. They're waiting for the Korban HaTomid to come. Right? Okay? And at that moment, the Almighty wanted to destroy the temple. He wanted to destroy the temple. So, Al Nafdav Archivo. Ki Al Apiv Al Chamasi. So what happened there? So she came in, and she had to give her son Musa.
This was that morning?
That morning.
This was that morning?
Here he's all out. Imagine a New Year's party, American New Year's party, and they're all out, spaced out, and who knows where, with this girl on the side, and all these stars over, and all these things happening there, and the mother has to come in. And now you got to know, he's a king, he's not nobody. And she has to come in, and she has to give him Musa to the degree where it's going to work. Because it could be, you can say, mind your own business, Ma, get out of here. You know what I mean? It's not so simple. Not so simple. It says in Chazal, if the child is already bar mitzvah, she's not allowed to hit the child. Why? That's right. Don't laugh. And many stories I know, I always tell you, that in Rockaway, rich woman, I was a rabbi in Rockaway, and a rich woman came to me, crying. Her son hits her. Yeshiva Bachman Chaim. Why? Because he's learning Torah, and the mother says to go in and go to the store. She's an old lady, what you going to do? And then hits the mother and says, what is this, a bit of Torah, wasting my time?
So why are the Yeshiva boys put like this?
I don't know. Because they're not trained properly. When they're young, you got to train them.
But why don't the rabbis train? Isn't that like the sin of Rabbi Akiva's students that they felt that way?
Okay. The blame, it's easy to blame everybody. The question how we correct it. I don't know, who knows why. But definitely we have these problems. They exist. I have a professor at Bar Ilan. Big professor. The mother used to come to me. I had a big professor, religious guy. The mother used to come to me, American, crying to me all the time. Her son, do something. He actually hits her. That's right. Why not? So now let's say not hit physical. What about sharp words and hard words that stick into the heart 100 times harder than all the goodness? You got to thank God you have children that have nimusim. They can be real rebellious and real hard. And what did children do? Years ago, about 25 years ago, the Jewish kids used to go and have these special operations not to have children, to make sure to hurt their mother and father. Not to have children. Oh yeah. I went through this already. To all these kids, we went through these things. And the children are real tough and mad. all these, I can't get to all the stories, but it's not so simple. But anyway, she had to be a giborah, she had to put on her shawl, she had to get her shoes, it says here, and she had to go inside, and she had to now talk to her son. And so she had to sit him down, and she had to plead with all herself. And what does she have to say? Marbari, Marbar Bitni, Mar Nidora. Let's see what the Vilna Gaon says. Let's read what he said. How does he translate it? Bishlosha Zmanim Nidbak V'Koro V'Nimshach Achim. There are 3 times that a child is real close and connected to the mother. Sha'az Shura Olav Ruachim. At that point, the mother has the influence on the child. B'mei Ibur, when the baby is in her pregnancy. How late is the birth? V'ad Yud Gimel Shon, until 13 years for a man, 12 and a half for a girl. V'akachach Shura Olav Ruachav. Maz Nischayim Mitzvah. Then already, what does the church say? Give me a child to the age of 6, 7, and you can get him back. Give me a child to the age of 6 or 7, I give him back. I don't care. He'll always be a Christian. The connection is a certain point. You can't talk to your own child. You may think you do. They may be nice to you because they have respect to you. They give you space. They give you space and time. But in reality, their friends, their own ideas are the controlling factor. Okay. The Zeshna Marbari. So that is Marbari, you are my son, which is 13 years. Marbar Bani, neged Zman, later time he gave birth. Marbar Nadorai, neged Ibor, when she was pregnant. Shekodam Ibor, Derech Lindor Nador Nadova Shashem, Yisbar, eating Lord Bento. When the woman's pregnant, she lights the candle, and she prays every Friday night. Hashem should give her good children, a child will listen to her, this and that, all kinds of things they do. Before you were born, I knew you in your stomach. Neged Yemei Ibor, B'terem Teitzei Mirechem. Who neged Aleda? Nobel again the Saticha neged Yemoshonim She'os Hoya Novi. One more. Kol Anoshim Shal Beis Abir Hoya Nodros Yehili Ben Hogan Lamalchos. All the women give money that want a child. They pray, give me a child that be what? A king, a rabbi, a yeshiva, this, that, a politician, a doctor, a lawyer, whatever they want, a rich guy. Right? Banino Darti, I swore, Yeli Li Ben Zoriz, Mamula, Batara, Bahogam, and Nevius. Okay? Okay? That is written according to the Vilna Gaon. Let's see what our dear friend. Okay? Let's see what the Malbim says. Rashi says really what we said before. Mar Barbari. Ma Zois Asis Vigarato Shatabani. Rashi. 93.
No, the one before. The synthesis from this one.
Okay? What it came that it happened, I made you, you got to be my son. Ben of and not your son of your father. Hakol Yodim Shavicha Tzadik Gomahoya. Kimato Rasha Yoma Imo Gomalo. The same thing. That they would say, my father, your father is a righteous man. I'm the one in trouble. Barbar Beni Kol Nashei Avicha Kivin Shem Misabros Enim Shavos Latashov Ani Tochakti Vichnasti Kadei Sheli Ben Malum Nazaris. Ketashvi Kol Shor Shisha Chadash Machar. Marbar Nedorai Kol Nashei Avicha Yenoy Shielahem Ben Hogun Lamalch Yenoy Shieli Ben Maluban B'Torah. Okay, let's see our dear friend Metzudas David.
Is it the Maluban because it's Maluban before?
Maluban B'Torah, yes. Divrei Lamol Melech, you got Metzudas David?
Yes.
What's the Loima? Elivei HaMelech Asher Hu El Hashem U'Mashicho. It was he's talking to the Melech who is like the leader of Klal Yisrael and the future dream of the Jewish people. Masu no bezeh sefer bezeh yisaper as divrei hamusar asher yisron imo. I'm going to tell what his mother actually said to him. Asher nechter beino kemasor divrei Hashem. It's like carrying the words of God. So when the mother was speaking, it comes from her heart, and it says there's no jealousies from a parent to a child. Everybody, or a teacher to the student, but everyone else has jealousy. So when the mother is speaking, she's like speaking from her heart and giving truth and the words of God. When Shlomo married Bas Paro, in the time of they're going to build, this is the sea, he worked very hard for the Beis HaMikdash. She brought a lot of musicians. She was a lot of jazz there. When it's music that arouses lust and desire, she knew how to do that. And she did those belly dances, the Egyptian belly dance. I don't know what they did there. He was sleeping the first 4 hours of the day. And the keys of the Azara, which in order to open up, it was under his head. They couldn't bring the Karma Atomid. She came in and she had to give him Musa. Okay, what'd she say? Mar Bari, Ato B'ni, Asher Higdalticha, Mazois Tasa. What are you doing? Okay. Bar B'ni, L'fi Shepamin Yikra Ben L'mi Shelo Yoldo. Kiyim Godel. Sometimes you call a child Mu'metzah, that was, if you have a child an adopted child, so it's you called it the parent, your son, or somebody that raised you.
But she was saying no, he was in her stead.
Yeah, Marbani, L'fi Shepamin, yeah, you are from my stomach, not a stranger. הנה בביטני יסים, כן, אני לעתיך ואני גדלתיך ומאוד חששת אני בתקנוסיך ומאוד חוששת אני בתקנוסיך. Since I gave birth to you, not only that I raised you, we'll see right away, therefore I care a lot about your benefit. Mar bar nidri, mash ta'aseh zois ator bar nidori. Meroiv ahavosi b'chor, hoyu kol nidora imcho, Kimishpat oihe shekol nedorav ushvoisav hoisav b'chaye ohavod. I gave everything for you. I gave all my love. I explained last week, I'll explain the week before, I'll explain again, that what was the problem with Dinah going to Shechem? Shechem said to Dinah, what did Shechem say to Dinah? I'm going to give you more things than your father. So, how do you unhook the Shechem game? In other words, your daughter's going out with this guy, and this Arab or this Jewish guy, is offering her the world. A rich guy is offering a dream, a world. So how do you get her out of the dream? The way to get out of the dream is simple. By you giving, because what was the thing? I'll give you more than your father and mother. So you have to say to your daughter or your son, I will give you more than him. How do you give more than him? I give you love. So you got to make your kesher with your son or daughter, or your grandchild, in such a way that you treat them nicely, you take them out, you don't know what, you bribe him for love. It's love against love. So what does she say to him? I gave my love to you. I gave everything to you. You're my love. You're my care. It's a very important thing. This little difference between him and him is a little difference. It makes a difference in some people. Mazois, what are you doing here? What happened? I love you. I raised you. I did. Let's see what the Malbim says. Okay. Let's read the Malbim, please. Ma'bri ator hamavuror mikol b'ni mitzad gimel. You're the best of my children. I don't know how many children she had otherwise, but you are the best. My special child. You are my special child. Every child's your special child. But he has to know you're special. He's miyuchad and special. Sha'ato bari, Ratzalaima, hanivra etzli mikol b'nai, ayadei, halimud v'achinuk, sheshakari alecha yeshim yal kol b'nai. I worked very hard in training you and educating. What did I do for you? So if you want to impose on your children, you got to go and listen, you're telling me your stories, how you had your pregnancy, and how you had the pain, and how you went to that doctor, and how almost you died at the childbirth, and how you did, and how you took him to the doctor, and who knows what diseases he had, and what you got to tell the child. You can't keep it all to yourself. The child should know what you went through. In order that the child should appreciate. And these stories should have been told to the kids, not when they're in trouble already, before they're in trouble. But okay, she had the last, she couldn't do any better, and she told them now all those nice things which she did. I worked hard, was one out of school, I took you back, the embarrassment I had, and the friends and the hollering the husband gave to me, and who knows what. What can I do for you, man? I love you, my son. Think about that. Now all these things are going to hurt me. Ato bar bitni, that's on the second page. Tzadi test. Hamavura mitzad bitni. Shato mavura mitivacho mileda. You are special in myself. We better meheroim miyucha mibitno. You're special. I ate special vitamins, minerals. I took care of myself. And this, I had, diabetes, I had high blood pressure. I worked very hard. You're a special guy. I told Barney, should have died. Bavarecha nedorm gedoylon lelohim. Minyan shnato hanivrar kodem hayron ayidei nedorm gedoylon tefillah. Before you give me, I gave charity. I prayed. I did everything. Ubeiseron merachem mishachar. I did everything. You're my love. How can you do this to me? Let's see what he says to her. She says to her. So now, let's get the situation again. This lady here, this beautiful lady, a bas paro, she has all the tricks of Egypt, all the education, how to entice a husband or a guy, who knows. She was a bas paro, she knew all the tricks there. And she knew all of how to get the music and the right setting and the stars, who knows what. And she got it all ready. So what does the mother have? She has to attack directly. And what does she say? Al titin lanoshim chelecha. Don't give your energies to this woman, to women. Give your energies to God. Right, let's read the Malbim. She attacked directly the point. Moshe, come. Okay. Go. Im kein roisha kein lecho v'kocha ze hagodol yeh la'avodas Hashem v'loi titnehu l'noshim. Don't give your strength to the woman, all the crazy ideas, you're afraid. Give your strength and energy to God. Right away. A direct counterattack. Now he says, what are you doing? What is your action? Let's see what you're doing. Let's see how you're acting. What is your action? How are you dealing? Is this a melech? Is this how a king does? Is this how, in other words, you follow the Musa way. You can say to the person, it's terrible. You can say to you, it's terrible what you do. Or you say, such an intelligent girl. Such a sweet person. I can't believe that an intelligent person I can do a thing like that. I can't understand with all these wonderful qualities you have. How can you stoop so low to the garbage and how can you do that? I can't believe it. It's like, that's what he says to her. You're doing the thing that you're in the position of king. You're now a leader. How can you do anti-leader against your position? What are you doing? Till you work to get to position, you're killing yourself. You work to get to this great day for the kingdom, to build the Beis Hamikdash. So what are you doing? You're destroying and your future. You drew your future. What future you got with this momentarily woman, this slut over here? What are you doing over here? That's right.
How could he?
What
are you doing?
What?
One of his 1,000 wives?
Yeah, but you see, it was the one he married. And you're going to see why is it called La Motmel? Because he asked that point, Loma Hashem. The Medrash says, Loma Hashem. At this point, when he built the Beis HaMikdash. Okay. Here she built the Beis HaMikdash. The temple. Okay. He's building the Beis HaMikdash. And he has all this spirituality, and he works 7 years, and he's building and he dreamt about it. He's carrying on his father's tradition of David HaMelech, and he's building the height, the Beis HaMikdash. We'll say, we want Mashiach. What do you want? We want Beis HaMikdash. And his dream is coming true, and a dream came true. What do you do when the dream comes true? He dissipates it, and he says, "What are you doing? You're dissipating."
Why is that? Because the Yetzer Hara has to be great and be good? Is that like because he was so great, he had a great Yetzer Hara? Why does she have to come at that
It's called
time?
kalos. Kalos means life. You know, a lot of people when they get honor, and they get a little gaiva, they lose their balance of who they are and what they are. And then they'll get a momentarily pleasure when they lose sight of who they are and what they're doing and what their purpose of life is. They lose their ideas. Then he says to further, he says, what are you doing here? Kings don't do these type of things. They don't drink this. Don't be like all the other kings drinking wine and beer and all that stuff. Get rid of it. In other words, the lightheadedness, what you're doing. A lot of people send their kids to Israel in these 1 year programs, and the kids are found in bars all day. Well, at least there's kosher wine. I was in Hungary. I went to Budapest, and there's the Hilton Hotel. When you go down, it's on a. I came there to see how they built the building there on a historical site. That's history to them. And they build it on a historical site. I think one day built Tziyon and stuff. And you go down to the cellar. You go down and stuff. There's a wine cellar. They have about 12 seats, and you come into the place. It says you want kosher wine. They have all the wines you want. And he's called I think he's called not a connoisseur. He's called a professor of wine. Yeah, the special Hungarian name. There's certain like a professor of wine. He goes to school. What? Okay, whatever it is, but it's a connoisseur of wine, and who comes there? People who want the special long-aged wine. What do they spend a few $100s there just for one glass of wine? They stay there and have this dim light there. In other words, they know how to drink the wine and all about the tires of Olam Hazed and Mistama. Yes.
It has to be David Miller. I mean,
Shlomo Melech.
Oh, Shlomo.
Shlomo.
How could it happen?
Don't be too smart. We'll see right away. Because I want to go back to the page. I don't want to read this quickly. And then, okay, Pen Yishta. Okay, what time is it? Okay, I just want to close this up quickly. Anyway, he tells you all these things. Don't drink wine, make this and that. You see people like these guys are being prosecuted in court, like I would say dairy, I mean you like dairy, and so whatever it is, the police state, and it says there, and he says that the idea being is, I have it underlined for you, that you have somebody being prosecuted and he has nobody to organize his court case. You have to help the person out. You have to help the underdog. And then at the end we have the Eishes Chayil. At that point he sings praises to his mother for this. But in order to get to this stage, they ask the question, how do we know that he really appreciated what his mother said because it said Eishes Chayil? So they bring the chapter before. The chapter before is brought Lamed, and it starts off like this. You gotta read the Lamed. Dibri Ogid ben Yoka Amasa, Numa Geriza, Ki Ba'ar Onoichi Meish V'Leibinas Odom Leib. He couldn't see, he's in the, before he got to this stage, he already was before the stage where he realized, oh, he's the smartest of all, he's only a bar, like a what? A bar is like a lowlife. Brutish. V'Leibinas Odom Leib, I don't have the wisdom of man. And he needed, and this is important, that he needed the strength, the direction, the attitude of the mother. God did not create women for no reason to have children. The woman gives the tone. He needed that. Shlomo, all his strength and all his power and all it was, he needed that guidance and strength from the mother. And then Shlomo recognized it, even though he fell down at this height of this period, his mother picked him up, kissed each part, put it together, and made sure he would go out and function for all her dreams to come true. She was behind the scene. And at that point, Shlomo Melech ends off his wisdom. Eishes Chayil. What's the Eishes Chayil? In order to do what she did, to speak the way she did, she needed Yirat Shamayim. Without Yirat Shamayim, without at least one of the qualities in Eishes Chayil, she couldn't have done it. She must have had all the qualities, but definitely she needed that strength. God gives the Bina Yasera to every woman who has children. And then remember, we're talking about Shlomo HaMelech. You think your job is finished when they finish school or when they get married. No way. No way. No way. No way. The job goes on and on. But it's behind the scenes. And you need the strength, direction of the Yirat Shamayim. Okay, any questions? Yes?
This is like interesting. You take the story of like the great charity givers, like Crazy Yeti or something
That's right.
like that, and they build up empires and they build up businesses, and then they sort of get into themselves instead of their goals, and they
lose
destroy
themselves.
it.
And they need their mother.
Yeah, they do. Fantastic.
But why that pushes Shlomo to think about what his mother did for him as appreciation more than it's your benefits?
Because my benefit now is to enjoy myself and do what I want and how I want. With all my wisdom, I can get away with everything.
Did he write Eishes Chayil after this?
The last she comes here every day. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Another one with the
I told me the
man.
one there.
With the man?
Yeah, who now?
Did he write Eishes Chayil after?
Yeah.
He said the Eishes Chayil after.
That's right, after.
the continuation
That's right.
of the-
That's right. It's Pasek Yud. We do it right away, but it's now Eishes Chayil refer to Sari Menu, refer to Torah, to Am Yisrael. I have all these things here, but I wanted to give you the prelude that it just doesn't happen out of the head. I just want to finish off with a story. I was Menachem Avelim to Matzah. Matzah now was the Sar of the Ministry of Health. So his mother died. So I know him for years. So I went to see him, and there was Mordechai Eliyahu. Mordechai was the chief rabbi of Israel, and he came there when he was the chief rabbi of Israel, not when he was not the chief rabbi. When the chief rabbi, so he was there, and he told over a story. Like to tell over, I tell over the story. It was this husband and wife. I say it in his name. It was a husband and wife who they loved each other. Time goes by, and the wife works hard and makes the delicious food, and she sees that her husband's not appreciative. Just ignores it, like he reads the newspaper, he doesn't care, he takes it for granted. She says, the heck with him, I work so hard, he doesn't thank me for what I'm working, doesn't appreciate it, so I won't make such good food. Well, he sees that the good food is not there anymore, and her attitude is a little hostile, so he says, the heck with her, I'm not going to say she's filed to her. So it goes on, and the argument starts moving, and the little germ was not taken care of, and it starts developing. The little snowball gets bigger and bigger until they go to Mordechai Eliyahu for a divorce. Tells the true story, okay? And he's telling it over. And then doesn't know what to do. These are nice people. So he pulls the guy in and says, listen, I got an answer for you. Just do this for me. Who is the Eishes Chayil in your life? My mother. Your mother. Now, so when you come home now, you go home now, and you'll say Friday night, but don't think of your wife, the terrible wife. You say Eishes Chayil for your mother. The heck with your wife. Say Eishes Chayil for your mother. Okay? So he gets there, he says Eishes Chayil for his mother. Heck with her, she's not Eishes. When I say Eishes, I'm saying for my mother. Okay? He